So this is part two of the comping video. Wanted to basically show you this one as well. This is more of a creative way of using comping rather than just a kind of, what's the word I'm looking for? A surgical way. Yeah, that'll work. So it's different from a surgical way of basically chopping out certain sections to create the perfect, the perfect recording. So years ago you would have done this with a piece of tape and a razor, and you would have cut out the elements you didn't want and cut out elements from another tape and put it in and rearrange everything so you get the optimum recording that you want to put in your composition. So this is a digital way of doing the same thing, I guess. But basically what I want to do this time is, instead of doing that kind of surgical thing, I want to have a bit of fun, and essentially what I want to do is I'm going to just start making weird chops the whole way across these different variations, and actually leaving some pieces out as well to see exactly how it sounds. So I'm trying to create like a rhythmical piece. So the important part here is your grid, your divisions. I'm set the quarter notes at the minute. I think I'm going to leave it there and see how it goes. So essentially what I'm going to do is I'm going to just open up all the different sections that I have. I'll take a section from here, another section from here, and basically use that so you can see that moving now. And I'm going to just keep doing that to see exactly what type of sound I end up with. Even before listening to it, I'm just going to randomize it. Now what I can do is I can change the divisions and work that way to see how that sounds as well. But I'm going to just start off by doing this, and I'm just hitting enter on the computer keyboard here. Just to create a few variations to see how it may or may not sound. Could sound absolutely terrible. I'm really not sure. Soon find out. Okay, so let's do that. So make sure we have the right one on and turn that off. Okay. So that's now a completely different kind of sound, it's more kind of rhythmical. Now I can go in and even more detail and kind of zoom in here and get the beat divisions to change as well, and change that even more. But it's just a really interesting way of working. Now I can shorten some of these and lengthen others as well. Like if, for example, if I go up here now and just move that, I can do this, and see what works, and shorten certain ones and lengthen others. So some of these have silence in there as well, and that's good. It's good to have a wee bit of silence in some of these, so you're only getting wee snippets. Um, so yeah, if you have a mess around with this, you get some really interesting outcomes, and it's good for vocals. I've used it there recently in vocals, and it was really interesting the way that it came out. So that's something to have a think about and see what you can come up with. So I'm just going to play this back one more time now and see how it sounds. Cool. So if I'm happy with all of that now, you can see all these different divisions that are up here. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to hide the taglines, and I'm going to select all of these now, and I'm going to amalgamate them. So Command J. And now what I can do, just to kind of chop and change this up a wee bit, I'm going to go into the algorithm that plays this sound back, and I'm going to keep it at beats, and I'm going to change the transients to play and then stop, and I'm going to bring the amount down. So this is the amount of the sound that it plays between each transient, so it'll sound a lot more plucky. So let's turn up the level a little. Now we can make this more rhythmical as well. We can change so I'm actually playing this back based on the transients that are within the sound, but I can change that to just divisions, so 16ths for example. So it's a slightly different sound as well. I'm gonna go back to transients though. That's where the fun is. And then we'll finish off with some of the new reverb within Ableton 11. So take the reverb off this. Let's go for some textures. Feedback, and bring this to the end. Very nice. So that's just another way that you can kind of work that. Now you could have these two playing together as well and see how that sounds. That's the original, and now this one. Very nice. Needs a wee bit more work, but you get the idea. So that's the creative way of using the comping tool with Ableton as well. So hopefully you got something out of that, and this is giving you some ideas to try some of your own stuff. So that's it. I'll see you in the next tutorial.